Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. So I had took a break from work earlier today and recorded this video at 11. hmm And as I was waiting for it to upload, I did my little thumbnail and everything. It came back with, oh, copyright issues. I said, really? So I still could have posted it, but they wanted to take away some things from it. I said, forget it. Let me go back out to work and I'll record it after I get done work, leave the gym, and come home. So I am here now and I want to talk to y'all about it. I feel like my hair is like the gym and the sweating, and it's like, oh my gosh. But anyway, how are y'all doing? Did y'all trick or treat? Are y'all handing out candy? It is like 80 degrees in Maryland. Where was it where y'all were at? I mean, it is a good day. I guess it's not cold for trick or treating. I used to like the years that it was cold and we took the kids, it was like, oh. So let me know if y'all handing out candy or not. Me, the hubby, Corey, we are not, because I got done work, went to the gym, and then I saw he came after work. I saw him there. We kind of like, hey, talk for a minute, whatever, what have you, what have you. I left, come home. We discussed dinner. I left to come home to do this video. I'm like, no, I'm not handing out no candy. So God bless. But I hope that y'all's Thursday is going the way you wanted it to go. And if not, I pray that it gets better for you. So let's get into it. So the thing that they said I copyrighted was Keke Palmer because I showed part of her People interview. I don't know if it's because I showed it from a particular site and not just from People. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I was like, well, maybe I'll get it from a different site and do it. No, I ain't doing that either. Let's just let me read it. Anyway, I'm sure you guys, the things that we're going to discuss, I'm sure you guys have seen it by now, know about it by now. But the way I feel is I have so many different content creators that I watch. So even if they all talk about the same thing, they all either deliver it differently, have a different school of thought, which makes me like, oh, okay, sometimes. Right. So I'm like, I still want to talk to y'all about it. So let's get into it. Also, Salt Lake City recap will be up on Saturday. I know we normally do Friday, but I watched it twice. Well, I watched it 1.5 times and I got to take some notes, but y'all know I'll be saying it's going to be drive by, but I'll be getting a little detailed with some of the things. So I want to take a little bit more notes before I give it to y'all. So um, there's a chance it could be tomorrow, but more than likely it's going to be Saturday because I just want to make sure I am thorough with it. All right, y'all, let's get into these couple of topics. First off, Keke Palmer. So let's go ahead and maybe I can show it this way. See, I'm still trying to show it to y'all, but I'm like, should I just really leave well enough alone? Mm. I'm gonna read well enough alone, leave well enough alone, and I'm gonna just read it to y'all, right? So she did an interview with People Magazine. She looked beautiful, and the interviewer, brought up her at the Usher concert and Darius, her son's father, his comment, it's the outfit though, you a mom, he wrote in response. So she said, I was speechless. I was at a photo shoot and everybody was looking all weird. I was like, are y'all good? And then I randomly was on my phone and I saw it was so crazy. I didn't want to engage with something that wasn't reality and fan the fire. She said, in her opinion, she was just at a concert doing what she does as an entertainer, creating a fun moment. How it became a storyline that me and Usher are in love, I don't know. She said they were, in fact, not in love, never have been, but ever the savvy businesswoman. And this is all from people.com. Palmer seized the moment and went on to release a cheeky song and music video called Boyfriend with the singer. She said, I wanted to go into a little bit more. This is why I really wanted to play it because I wanted, let me get into, hold on one second. Anyway, so she gets into that and she basically talks about the reason that the only way she knew how to calm it down because it wasn't her reality. So she didn't want to feed into it. So she backed away from it and wanted it to go away because she said for her, it wasn't reality. So why feed into it? Right. And it just kept getting worse. So for her, she said the only way she knows how to basically like settle something, ground something is through the courts. So that's why she got the courts involved with everything that was going on. Y'all remember she released all the stills from the video and detailed different incidents with Darius. So she said that's why she got the court involved, because that's the only way she knew how to settle it. Something I thought was interesting, because recently we've seen pictures of her son, and Darius. And I didn't want to jump right into being like, oh, I didn't want to assume that she was back with him. I know in the past, we may not be used to seeing parents co-parent together. You'll see the child majority of the time lives with the mom, then the dad has the kids, then the mom has the kids, right? And I'm talking about public figures, right? Or what have you. The dad makes sure he posts pictures with the kids, the mom makes sure she posts pictures with the kids, what have you. But I feel like a lot now lately we're seeing parents together. Like Portia and Dennis took Pilar, I think, to the pumpkin patch or somewhere. So we're seeing parents that are saying they're not together take the kids to do things together. And it could appear as though the parents are back together. So for me, when I saw them, excuse me, y'all, they did look kind of cozied up and like they was together. But I was like, I'm not going to jump to that conclusion, because it may not be, be calling her, oh, she's stupid, she shouldn't get back with him, what have you. How she get back with him, I'm gonna stay out of it. But we don't know if they were together or not. She never said, and I'm just saying, just being upfront. So that was my first thought too, like, oh, they look cozy. But then I was like, Teray, that don't mean they back together. And I wasn't just gonna jump on it and assume, right? People do things differently. I don't know if I was in that situation now at this age, would I do it? I know no. Um, Earlier in life, no. But, you know, I don't, to each his own. So I didn't want to just assume they were together. But, in the back of our minds, a lot of us thought they were, and some thought they were together, seeing the picture. What was interesting to me in the interview was she said she believes her fame contributed to the end of her unhealthy romance with Jackson. So she's saying publicly that they're not together. Right. Because we saw those pictures. She never said they were together, never said they weren't together. She never really fed into it. But in this interview, she says her fame contributed to the end of her unhealthy romance with Jackson. It's just been a monkey on my back all my life. I'm used to it. But I've always known, and not just with romantic relationships, but with my family, my friends, fame has always been a burden. I can understand that. Like, dag, like, I get it. Um, Also, in that interview, she talked about how when she was on True Jackson, when she was 15, she was dating a 20-year-old. She didn't say if he was in the business or what have you. Not that I could recall, but she said that she realized that damaged her. Like once she really received the love and respect from someone in a relationship when she was older, she realized how she didn't get it back then and how that damaged her. But yeah, child, she was 15. She said that she felt like the only person that could basically be for her would be somebody older, because she was working. She had a job and she was working. So she basically felt grown. And so she was 15 on True Jackson dating a 20-year-old. I said, I would be interested in knowing if they were in the industry. So Keke confirms that they are not together. All right, y'all, let's get into, give me one second here. Let's get into what else, Diddy. This is according to page 6. Sean Diddy Combs' accuser ordered to reveal her identity or lawsuit will be dismissed. A woman who accused Sean Diddy Combs of actually assaulting her at a party 2 decades ago is being ordered to reveal her identity by a judge in the Southern District of New York. Judge Mary Kay, I'm going to say Viscasil. That sounds like a cream. I'm going to say Judge V, because the name is Vyskocil. So I would say Viscasil, but since it sounds like a cream, I'm going to say Judge V. So Judge Mary K. V ruled that the woman who listed herself as Jane Doe in the lawsuit must identify herself, or the suit will be dismissed, according to legal documents obtained by page 6 Wednesday. In the official opinion, Judge V agreed Doe has an interest in keeping her identity private, given the sensitive nature of her allegations and the potential for public scrutiny of her personal life. However, Judge V argued that Doe has decided as an adult to file a lawsuit in which she accuses a famous person of engaging in heinous conduct approximately 20 years ago, and further accuses a number of businesses of complicity in the alleged conduct. Therefore, Judge V believes Doe has not carried her burden to show that she is entitled to anonymity. She has until November 13th to refile her suit with her given name attached. I wonder if this is a suit. Remember, we talked about months ago that a woman came out with the lawsuit against Diddy. She came out as Jane Doe, and Diddy's lawyers wanted her to have to reveal herself in the lawsuit. So now we're saying that a judge is saying she cannot be Jane Doe any longer. She's got to give up the anonymity and let the people know who she is. Also, speaking of Diddy, let's get into the money, honey. This is according to Radar Online. Sean Diddy Combs' billionaire status wiped out. How rapper has lost $600 million amid ex-trafficking outrage. Sean Diddy Combs is seeing his wealth go down the pan along with his reputation with Forbes reporting he's had $600 million knocked off the value of his riches. Just 7 years ago, he was a top earner on Forbes' list of the 100 highest paid celebrities and was once ranked as a billionaire, RadarOnline.com can reveal. The magazine said the artist, formerly known as Puff Daddy, brought in $130 million from June 1st, 2016 to June 1st, 2017. $130 million he brought in 1 year from June 1st, 2016 to June 1st, 2017. Forbes said Diddy's Bad Boy reunion tour, a stake in Ciroc vodka, and the $70 million sale of 1/3 of his Sean John clothing line all contributed to his earnings. Number 2 on the list at that time was Beyonce with $105 million in earnings. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling brought in $95 million. Rapper Drake and Portuguese soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo rounded out the top 5. The previous year's top earner, Taylor Swift, had dropped to number 49. The singer brought in $44 million, down from $170 million. According to Business Insider, his record label netted him over $130 million every year when it was at its peak, following 5 studio albums, 2 collaborative albums, 1 remix album, and 72 singles. His alcohol businesses made him over $90 million last year, according to Forbes, with his Ciroc partnership with Diageo alongside Revolt and De Leon Tequila, bringing him a huge chunk of change. In November 2022, P. Diddy announced a $185 million deal to purchase various cannabis retail stores, which would have made him the chairman and CEO. However, the deal was canceled after the allegations against him started to build. Now Diddy's staggering net worth has seen a huge change amidst multiple dire allegations filed against the music mogul. A report by Forbes editor Zach O'Malley Greenberg stated that the net worth of Combs, who is currently in federal custody awaiting trial, has dropped drastically. However, the publication also noted that it has been dropping massively over the last 5 years, even before his arrest. Combs was a billionaire at one point. However, that status has diminished away after years of accusations against the rapper. The 54-year-old rapper's net worth has dropped by more than half of what he once owned. According to that breakdown of his net worth, it was down to $400 million. In 2019, Combs had an estimated net worth of $740 million. Among his decreasing net worth were things that had nothing to do with the allegations. Child. Money just, and imagine how much he's paying his lawyers. Because he build a new team. I think, doesn't he still have the one same lawyer, but he's also built, they're calling it a dream team. Child. I, I would, mm, mm. But that's what happens when you do the things you do. Also, speaking of Diddy, let's get into Kalenna, honey. Now look at here. Kalenna did an interview, which I think is interesting. I'll tell you why after we watch this part. I'm only going to show you a few minutes of it. Hold on. We're going to watch it together. Just a few minutes. I'm sure y'all have seen it, but I only want to watch a few minutes of it together. Okay. Here we go.
Sean has always been somebody that I wanted to be like.
Cassie.
Love her to death, naive, like getting high. She likes partying. She liked that. Was the thing.
Speaking of the after parties.
I don't fucking know. Don't talk about no baby oil, man. Like, I still use baby oil. Y'all need to get into it. I saw Cassie grow up from a.
So I wanted to stop it there on purpose. I'm going to put the link for the full interview in the description box. That and also Keke's interview in case y'all want to watch. Um, for me, Kalenna looked like she was on something. It's not act. It's not. I mean, it's not fact. I don't know this to be fact. I don't know her. I don't know what she may or may not have done. But to me, looking at this, it looked like, and I've watched more of it. It looked like she was on something, and also like wife. I mean that, and also it looks like life is beating her tail. To me, that's what it looks like. To me, she looks like life has windmilled her and dragged her. And I think it's interesting that all of a sudden now she's doing an interview. So let me tell you what else she said. Again, I'm going to put the link for her interview and for Keke's in the description box. So let's go. She said, because you notice I cut it off when she talked about Cassie. He said, Cassie, she said, love her to death, knave, liked getting high. She likes partying. I saw Cassie grow up from a little girl that was willing to like give everybody mother effing, lap dances basically. We get drunk and just have a good time, like model time. When it comes to Dawn, Kalenna didn't hold back, calling her former group mate a weird itch. She said, I don't F with Dawn like that. Adding that she never witnessed the questionable behavior from Diddy that Dawn Richard, I keep calling her Richard, that Dawn Richard described in her own lawsuit against him. And I'm going to effing stand on business. I didn't see any of that. What I saw was what the F was going on with you because you're acting weird. You're a weird itch, is what I see. And it's a list of niggas where y'all at. Talk about it. Dawn's a weird mother effer, man. Here's what I find interesting. Dawn comes out with her suit. Let's get into what Dawn said in her suit really quickly. Well, basically she detailed several accusations of assault. Give me 1 second. Yeah, of assault, her being locked in her car. Her, Kalenna, Usher, Neo, record execs witnessing Cassie get beat. This was all in Dawn's lawsuit, right? I believe Kalenna was named 33 times in the lawsuit. After Dawn's lawsuit dropped, it was crickets. We didn't hear anything from Kalenna for a couple of days. And all of a sudden, she came out with this statement. I acknowledge the recent lawsuit filed by Dawn Richard, in which my name has been mentioned 33 times. While I fully respect Dawn's right to recount her experiences, I want to emphasize that her account reflects her personal perspective and should not be interpreted as a universal truth applicable to everyone involved. And then now all of a sudden she's doing interviews. Now, to me, Dawn dropped her lawsuit. Days later, we hear Kalenna's statement. Let's read it one more time. I acknowledge the recent lawsuit filed by Dawn Richard, in which my name has been mentioned 33 times. While I fully respect Dawn's right to recount her experiences, I want to emphasize that her account reflects her personal perspective and should not be interpreted as a universal truth applicable to everyone involved. Dawn Richard drops her lawsuit. Boom. Drops as in brings it out, not she lets it go, but Dawn Richard's lawsuit comes out, right? It's become known. We don't hear anything for some days. Kalenna comes out with this statement. Diddy is denied bail, not once, but twice. He's now working on a third time, but not once, but twice. One of the reasons, witness tampering, because they said he contacted Kalenna, I believe, 56 times in one day. So based on that, we feel like you're a threat to possible witnesses because he contacted Kalenna. Again, Dawn's lawsuit comes out. We don't really hear anything. Then Kalenna comes out with the statement. When Diddy goes up for bail, they say, nope, you're witness tampering. We have on record that you contacted Kalenna. I believe it was 56 times, 56 times, 56 or 52, 56 times. Now, all of a sudden, she's doing an entire interview and it's calling Dawn weird, Cassie, because she also says Cassie was spoiled, said Cassie, if it was her, well, I'll get back to that. But so she's talking about Cassie, love to give lap dances, love to party, love to get high, all that stuff, calling Dawn weird. And we know that Diddy is trying to get bail for a third time. So to me, it's are they making it? Is she doing this interview to help his case with the bail? Because remember, one of the reasons he was denied bail because he contacted her 56 times after Dawn's lawsuit came out and they said it was witness tampering. Now she's coming out doing an entire interview. And do they want to say, well, hey, he wasn't really witness tampering. They're friends. They're cool. He was just reaching out to a friend. Now, we know 56 times is not just reaching out to a friend, but is that part of their plan? Because I don't see Kalenna just out here doing interviews. She didn't even look comfortable doing this interview, right? So I wonder if this is all a part of their plan to try to prove that he wasn't, in fact, witness tampering. Look, she's speaking out on behalf of him. They were friends. They were good friends for a long time, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, in her interview, she says Cassie was spoiled and that she asked her about her allowance. And it was between 30 or maybe almost 60,000 a week. Now that's a big difference, 30 and 60, but a week. And she felt like basically Cassie was just shopping and stuff, but she hoped that she was putting it away because if it was her, she would have been saving it, basically helping other people come up and demanding that he do her project. Like Cassie should have been letting him know, you need to work on my project. Because if it was Kalenna, she would have been letting him know he gonna work on her project. Girl, what? We saw what he did to Cassie in the video. Which showed us what he was capable of doing. Cassie detailed numerous other incidents in which she got hands put on her. You think she's just walking up to him on his allowance, telling him, you gonna do my project, or even trying to use do you think Cassie was gonna use the money that she was getting to fund her own project with other producers to get them caught up in the madness? We see Kid Cudi's car got blown up. So for me, just to hear her sit up there like, oh, if it was me, I would have told him like, I'm paraphrasing, but I would have told him, you gonna do my project. Girl, stop. And it was very much giving. If Kalenna had been the Cassie, she would have sat there, took them beatings, but took that money. I truly believe that. Again, that's not fact, but that's what I believe. I mean, like I said, based off this video, I feel like it's not fact. What I observe seems like someone under the influence of something, whether it's alcohol, weed, what have you. That's what I feel like I observed. So I don't know. It truly was like just watching this interview, like, oh. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, I'm gonna put the link in the episode description. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the piece that you saw and what I read to you that Kalenna said. And if you watch the interview, come back and let me know your thoughts on the interview. Diddy is losing money. See ya. What do y'all think about Diddy's accuser in one of his lawsuits having to give up her anonymity and say who she is? Do y'all agree? Or do y'all think she should be able to still be protected because she may be fearful of, some backlash? Y'all let me know what y'all think. And let me know what y'all think about Keke Palmer and Darius. And, her saying that fame contributed to the end of her unhealthy romance. Y'all let me know. I love y'all so much. I may be back this evening with another video, but if not, again, remember your Salt Lake City recap will be out. If not, sometime tomorrow, Saturday. I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all later. See ya.